Hello, and welcome, foolish mortals. This is Emily.
And Clayton, your ghost hosts. And
Aloha.
aloha. As we are trip recapping.
Yeah, so these are always some of my favorite episodes.
We're back from the sunny beaches of Hawaii to the cold, rainy season of the Bay Area.
At least cold for us.
Yeah, cold for us, I guess. And we're going to talk about our trip to Aulani. So I think without further ado,
It is time to make it magical. So let's get into some trip recapping, shall we?
But before we do that, we have mousekeeping. Emily's been chasing me down, asking for a meeting.
I'm quartering you. So you have another option.
So we have a couple announcements to make. Announcement number 1, we're going on break.
Winter vacation.
What are we, in school?
Wasn't that always the best? You're like,
Yeah.
yes.
So our last episode of the year will be December 17th. To give you kind of a look-see ahead of what you have here on the content side, you have not 1, but 2.
What if we ended up like breezing through this and we actually don't have 2 episodes?
Okay, first off, who are you talking to? And B, who am I talking to in that sense?
My mistake.
But mostly you'll be. So we're going to have 2 trip recapping recaps. And then also to keep the Aulani stuff going,
we're keeping the spirit of Aloha alive.
We're going to have 2 additional more Aulani episodes focusing on. We talked a lot when we talked about the details behind the resort, a lot of the intention that Joe Rohde put into it. So we're going to put our thoughts on it now, having been there, and whether or not they achieve kind of the authentic kind of thing. We had a lot of discussions while we were there about it, trying to piece together our thoughts. So we figured we have one whole episode to do that, and then we're going to try to get you to go. We're going to try to convince you to go, in case you didn't need to.
If you didn't already have a
reason, but then we'll have one fun end of year episode on that.
To be determined.
Yeah, on that December 17th, and then we're going to be on break for about 3 weeks through the end of the year. You'll be with your families. We'll be with ours.
It's basically our gift. You get a break from us for a little while.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
I'll be reading my books, but neither here nor there.
But when can people expect to hear from us again?
We'll be back January 14th.
Yes. I think it is about 3 weeks.
It's about 3 weeks.
We'll be hearing from us. But this is a good way to segue into our next topic of discussion. If you do want to hear from us within that break period, best way to do that is through Patreon, right?
Yeah, we'll be on Patreon where we're going to put some content out there during that break.
To wet your whistle a little during a dry spell of Make It Magical.
Speaking of Patreon stuff, we have all kinds of fun goodies coming on the Patreon side.
I'm excited.
So we've always done annual gifts. We're going to tweak that up a little bit now. Give everyone an annual gift that's been a member for over a year. Or no, that's not right. That's not how that works. Everyone gets an annual gift. I'm going to turn it over to Emily to go through the details of that because I refuse to read what's written on the screen.
Have you not learned yet?
I don't know.
Yeah. The way I used to do Patreon annual gifts, I would actually send them to each individual member around their anniversary date. Now I'm just going to make it a habit. At the beginning of the new year, it'll just get sent out to everybody that is an active paid member. So it doesn't matter which paid tier you are, as long as you are signed up. Specifically, by January 31st, that's your deadline, you will be guaranteed all of these things we're about to show you, and I will start sending them out beginning of January to our earlier members and so on and so forth as people, if they decide to sign up.
Should we start big or should we start small?
Well, let's start with what goes out to everybody, because one item is specific for.
Okay, this is what goes out to everybody. We have Make It Magical pens.
Oh!
We have gotten pens made. Let me just figure out which camera to point this at. We have Make It Magical pens. We have Make It Magical pins. And these are our legit stamped pins of our logo.
They turned out really good.
They look really good. They are legit. They are metal. You could toss these bad boys on your lanyard tomorrow.
Don't trade them, though.
Don't trade them, though, because these are one of a kind, baby.
Yes.
We have stickers. Everyone loves stickers. And these aren't just any type of sticker. These are shiny metallic stickers. Ooh.
Holographic ones.
Ooh.
Very exciting.
You're getting sleepy. No, you're not actually getting sleepy.
I hope people who are watching this on YouTube are going to be really interested in what's actually going on.
Yeah. And then we have ride cart vehicle stickers. So we've got the Indiana Jones Jeep, the Matterhorn bobsleds.
A classic.
How to hold all these. And the Space Mountain rocket.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the rockets.
We have all those. Those are going to be going to all of our Patreon members.
Like I said, as long as you are signed up by the deadline of January 31st, you will be guaranteed all of those items. And I will say, if you sign up after that, this is just while supplies last. We're not going to order any more of these. So I can't, if you sign up past January 31st, I can't guarantee that you'll get any of these.
And for our members that have been with us for a long time, those been a year plus, we got even more goodies. We have our very own Make It Magical tote bag.
Very exciting.
So now you'll be going to get to the grocery store and you'll be like, man, I don't want to be charged 10 cents for that plastic bag that they're going to give me that's going to rip like Home Alone. You can take your Make It Magical and spread the gospel of the Make It Magical podcast. When the Trader Joe's person asks, oh, what's that? And you'll be like, well, actually, it is a podcast where these two doofus people talk about Disney history.
Speak for yourself, sir.
And they are really weird. Really, really weird. Some of their priorities are not straight, mostly looking at Emily.
Oh, ouch. What is this, a rag on Emily ad?
You could have this entire conversation with the person at Trader Joe's who's trying to strike up a conversation with you. Meanwhile, I'm just like literally trying to get out there as fast as possible because I have social anxiety and I'm introverted.
Great combo.
Perfect. Okay. So that's coming to everyone who's been there for a year.
Yes. And I will also add on top of this, any people that are newcomers, and if you've been thinking about signing up for Patreon, you're like, hey, I want to take advantage of this really cool annual gift. On top of that, usually I always send up a welcome gift whenever people first sign up. So I will be sure to send that on top of your annual gift. So feel free to ring in the new year with Make It Magical. Get off to a good magical start. And hopefully we'll see you on Patreon and join us over there.
And one thing you will not be getting in this giveaway is my necklace that I got at my luau, which is supposed to be, what are these nuts called again?
Are they kukui nuts?
Kukui nuts. This is a kukui nut necklace. That's right.
You're a cutie nut.
Other news, we will have a Patreon specific giveaway, which
in December.
Will be December. We have to do some winter
Details
cleaning
to come. Yeah, so got a lot of exciting things planned over there.
We'll announce the details over on Patreon when we have that. Speaking of Disney history, me and Emily did something over the week.
That's right.
Which you are all going to be very, very jealous.
How could you not be?
I don't know if you will be, but
yeah, there will be people.
Some of you will probably be like, I'm sorry, what?
Huh? Holiday Hoobie Whatty?
What'd you say? We braved mid-week trip to San Francisco, which
I said,
if you live in San Francisco,
we're still young, we're hip, we do things during the week at a weeknight. What's up? Don't mind that was for Disney history, so I don't know how cool that makes us, but
yeah, me driving to the city on a Wednesday night is
we're hip.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
We like to go out and party on the town during the work week.
We went to the Walt Disney Family Museum for a special D23 because apparently we're D23 members. Emily snuck that one in.
I am.
Under the
You're
radar.
not.
Well, what's yours is mine. And we went for a special presentation. They had Don Hahn, who had just recently written a Disneyland history book.
Mainly coinciding with Disneyland's 70th anniversary, called The Happiest Place on Earth. Highly recommend you check it out.
Which we got with that little plaque over there.
I'm D23.
Because Emily's a D23 member who she did not tell me this. And
I did.
We got to be in a room with Don Hahn and pause for dramatic effect.
There's two others though.
I'm aware. I said pause for dramatic effect. Let the silence linger. They could be like, who's it? Who could it be?
I'm too anxious to let the silence linger.
It could be. Who could it be? Could it be? Who's the third one? Who was the third one?
Oh my gosh!
Who was the third one?
Wow.
I'm blanking.
Tom Moran.
Tom Morris. Could it be Tom Morris? It was.
Explain. Since you didn't even know his name.
Well, now you're blowing everything. I had this whole bit planned. I had this whole.
I'm ruining it when you're like, wait, what's his name?
Tom Morris, former Disney Imagineer. And
who worked on, maybe you should explain a little
who worked on Disneyland Paris?
Yeah, Disneyland Paris.
Who worked
also
on
behind
Epcot?
The original
Figment.
Journey into Imagination.
Original Figment. Mm-hmm. He's also something else.
There's one particular project you freaked out about. Tomorrowland.
Oh, okay.
Which is a funny one to freak out about.
Okay. Well, it is a very interesting thing. Well, don't cut me off of the legs like that. So, he's also responsible when they were bringing in like Star Tours. They had to do all those new facades that are in Tomorrowland, and he had a budget, and he blew all the budget on just the facade part, practically, of the swoops at the very beginning of Tomorrowland. And he's responsible for the neon floating Mickey on top of the Star Trader, which is still there.
It is, even to this day. It still looks fantastic.
But we were also in the room. Oh, and by the way, Don Hahn is a Disney legend, more so on the animation movie side. He's a producer of a lot of the Disney Renaissance movies, very heavily involved.
Can I say Beauty and the Beast?
Can I get so... Can I get a And we were also in the room with one, I don't know.
You looked me in the eyes, Clayton.
You may have heard of him. One man. One might say one of the most famous Imagineers of all time. Literally.
One of.
Probably the greatest second generation, greatest Imagineer of the second generation of Imagineers that you might ever think of. Some of the most pivotal and just like Disney favorites from something that comes out of the second generation after Walt's era. This man.
He's behind a couple little little known projects such as
be the man behind Big Thunder Mountain,
Star Tours, Indiana Jones,
Journey into Imagination and Figment, Disneyland Paris. The list will literally go on and on. And that's no other than one Tony Baxter.
Oh my gosh.
So we were in a room with Tony Baxter. They were for about an hour.
We were in the second row.
We were in the second row.
I could have almost touched him.
Almost.
I didn't. Don't worry. I played it cool.
Emily jumped over the audience.
I played it totally cool from the second we walked into the Disney Family Museum, right, Clayton?
Oh yeah. One other fun fact.
I know how to play it
we got a commemorative cup for going to this event. And I was too busy fighting with the parking app to try to get us to pay for parking. And I was yelling at my phone in line while it was not working. And other people were airing the same grievance because the whole parking system there, terrible.
Museum, fantastic.
It's not nothing relation to the museum. It's just like whatever Presidio parking is there. And Emily, basically at the top of the lungs, screams at me. What's her name? Kathy?
No, Becky Klein.
Becky Klein. And I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Like, who?
And Emily's like, she runs the archives. And I was like, well, are you going to talk to her?
Head of the archives.
Are you going to talk to her? And she goes, no.
I didn't do that.
Well, did you talk to her?
There wasn't time to think. I had a very brief I wasn't expecting to meet her.
I'm sure you could have hung out there for a minute and just been like, hey.
There were other people behind us. I don't like being rude.
Well, you go.
She asked how I was doing. I said, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Well, you could have been like,
I played it cool.
You could have hung out there a minute by her and just waited.
They were trying to get people in. People wanted to save a spot.
I'm saying after. Okay. Well, in any case, after the people, because there was a grouping. There was a break.
Then you should have said that then.
Well, I don't think I need to tell you how to talk to your favorite people.
I told my mom this, and she's like, "Did you ask if she was hiring, or did you say that you wanted her job?" I'm like, that's not wrong.
It's not wrong.
Thinking of retiring anytime soon? I'll take it.
And I thought of a question to ask Tony Baxter, but unfortunately they asked no more questions after the last question, which is whatever. But in any case, it was fun. I have some notes about it. They had some kind of funny little moments.
Maybe you could save that.
I'm aware. That's why we're going to have a little short Patreon thingy-bobber. Picture. We don't have pictures with them. We have pictures of them.
Yeah.
I think they were doing a double feature that night. So they were going to basically flush our theater in and flush a bunch of more people in. So
they're in demand.
Well, yeah. And so that was our Wednesday night.
It was incredible.
Okay. Now, let's get into our actual reason for being here. Let's
Yes.
talk about
No Walt quotes this week. Usually for trip recaps,
Yeah.
we just skip that so we can get into the actual recap.
Let's talk about how we went to Hawaii and how it was nice.
That's a great summary.
This is our first time. You've never been to Oahu.
I've never been
This
to
is
Oahu.
our first time to Oahu.
We have been to Maui
We've
before.
been to Maui one time before. I've never been to Oahu. So this was a fun experience. I wanted to go to Pearl Harbor. We'll talk about that, I'm sure.
We made it happen.
We made that happen.
Mhm.
Talk about that. So day one, we woke up, got on a jet plane.
Oh, thank you for that.
We woke up, got on a jet plane. Our flight was at early. It was like at 6:30. So we had to be at the airport, I don't know, 5-ish,
Early.
Whatever. Especially since this is in the middle or at the very beginning of the government shutdown, and you see things about like certain
3-hour long
3-hour
line.
TSA waits. And I'm like, well, let's just see how
Just
this
to be
goes.
safe. We don't
So,
want to miss our flight.
we got there a little early. We hung out, got on an airplane. We splurged a little bit on our flight. We got first class tickets for this one because it was kind of a special trip.
Fancy.
We traded off maybe 2 nights at the resort in order to do that splurge.
Mhm.
So we had a 4-night stay. It's really nice when you fly to Hawaii. For us, it is about a 5-hour flight. It's basically, though, your travel day is essentially almost a full day because
It's very nice.
we took off about 7 a.m. We landed about 10 a.m. So you basically get a full day as it sits when you fly from the West Coast that is to Hawaii. I know it's basically you got to fly double. You've flying from the East Coast, but you get the picture.
Thank
I
you
don't
for
know.
that.
So of course, since we were in first class, let's say our certain people's lack of first classness was showing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I
I don't know what you're referring to. What do you mean?
So we had a
You're talking about yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
I see.
Exactly.
All I can say is I keep it cool.
Yeah. Like when you shouted at me after you went to the bathroom and you're like, there's a flower lei in the bathroom. I'm like, okay.
It smells so good. You gotta go in there.
And she's like, you got to go check it out. I'm like, okay, when I have to go
You
to the
gotta
bathroom,
Get in that bathroom.
I'll go check it out. Thank you.
Okay, I didn't scream it.
And have you ever seen Home Alone where the guy, the one cheapskate uncle, everyone knows who I'm talking about, who's seen Home Alone. You know how he's on the flight, he's checking the stuff. Oh, this is real crystal. That's basically Emily on a flight. Yeah, oh yeah. Where's the? So we got a meal, which was nice considering the time we flew out of. We got a meal, and they had these little salt and pepper shakers, which were
The shape of a Hawaiian t-shirt.
were
Come on.
folded into a Hawaiian t-shirt. And Emily's like, oh my gosh, save those.
Perfect for scrapbooking.
You don't need to put salt or pepper on your meal. Just save those because I would like to save that.
You didn't need salt and pepper though.
Maybe I did.
Did you?
Well,
Look, salt and pepper or really cute scrapbooking material. Just saying. I'm
Yeah.
saving us money.
James, just saying.
I didn't have to buy a Hawaiian t-shirt sticker for my scrapbook. I can use that instead.
The guy, the first class attendant is like, would you guys like a mimosa, some champagne? I have some guava juice. I can make you a guava mimosa.
Sir,
I'm like, sir, it's 6:30 in the morning. Emily's like, 2, please.
I'd be like, no, I'd like some extra salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Salt and pepper t-shirt.
It's 6:30 in the morning, sir. I'd like a cup of coffee.
Hey,
And
I'm
Emily's
on
like,
island time now.
excuse you, 2 mimosas, please. Or 2 mimosas, please. Yeah, that's
Hey,
right.
If it makes you feel any better, that's the earliest I've ever had a drink in my entire life.
Yeah,
6:30 a.m.
6:30 in the morning is a bit early
How
for
can
that.
you say no to that? Come on.
I mean, I very easily could have said no and
well,
would
you
have been
could
like,
have.
I could have a cup of
I
coffee.
would love one, and then you chimed in too.
Well, I'm not gonna just like let you have one by yourself.
What?
We get some warm macadamia nuts. This is like the epitome of class here, and we got some warm macadamia nuts and almost there Mai Tai.
I dubbed it almost there Mai Tai.
Yes, Emily is very much a tourist when it goes to Hawaii because every time someone says aloha or mahalo to her, she gets giddy and makes a little noise.
And
Yeah,
This is a look on my face every
exactly.
time.
So every time I even said mahalo, she also freaked
You
out.
also had a giddy look on your face. You enjoyed it.
Okay.
Hey, you gotta be part of the culture.
How about we give some helpful hints about people going to Aulani? If you fly into Honolulu, Aulani is in the Ko'olina area of Oahu, which is about 30 minutes away from the airport.
Give or take.
There is the ability to get a shuttle from the airport to Aulani, to the resort, which you can.
Why'd you do such a dramatic pause?
I don't know. My brain freaked out about what I was talking about.
You could, of course, always do something like Uber as well.
Yes.
However, since we were planning on doing a day outside of Aulani, we felt it best to get a rental car.
Yes, we were going to go. Originally, the plan was go to do and hike Diamond Head and then go to do Pearl Harbor. We'll get to that a little bit later. But so we decided to rent a car for that first day. So the nice thing about it is if you rent, there's a specific rental car agency. So if you do Alamo, you can actually return it at the Aulani Resort. That's actually very nice. That's what we did. We rented a car. We drove out to Aulani, and then we kept that car for the first day, and then we returned it the next day. So that was very convenient.
Absolutely. And I will say that if you do ever want to plan a trip to Aulani, I can always help you with that. I am a Disney travel agent, so definitely reach out. I can make sure you take advantage of everything the resort has to offer. You don't miss a thing, and you also don't have to worry about all the little details that go into planning it. But also, you can always ask me how to navigate the rental cars, because there's a little bit of navigating to get to the actual different rental car agencies at the resort or at the airport. So always let me know, and I can help you guide you how to navigate all of that.
Now that we've been there, we're practically experts.
Yes. And also one other pro tip, heading to Aulani, I think it's about 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's a few exits down.
Target and Costco nearby. So that's a great way if you want to stop there on your way to the resort, get some snacks or food, or if you're staying in one of the rooms on property that has a kitchen, that's a great way to save money on food while you're staying there.
Yeah. So we made our way. We drove through Honolulu.
Wait.
Hold on. Oh. I'm not done yet. I'm telling a story.
Oh, okay. I'm
telling a story.
Apologies.
I picked a car. That was always the best part of going to rent a car. Pick any car. And I picked basically our car at home, but a newer model. This newer model has some bells and whistles that my model does not have, including partially self-assisted driving.
I did not like that.
Which I, of course, experimented with the entire 30-minute drive from the airport. And one thing I noticed about Hawaii is while it's technically, highways are different in every state. And every state has its own little intricacies with driving on a highway or freeway. Things you have to learn. Of course, Hawaii is no different. So I was learning that while also trying to figure out how all this fancy mumbo jumbo worked in the car. And of course, I got really into it as we were approaching Aulani. And Emily, I'm like trying to figure out how the self-driving works. And Emily's like, oh my gosh, look at Aulani over there.
I see it for the first time. I'm trying to take the moment. You're going on and on about the car.
I'm like, hey, Emily, take a note of the self-driving car stuff. Make sure it's in the notes. And she's like, I'm trying to
appreciate this moment.
I'm like, make sure there's a note about the self-driving car, Emily, and how I don't like it.
I'm like, take a note about what is right across the highway from us, Clay. Look at that beauty.
So we pull up you get into Ko'olina, you pull up to Aulani.
Beautiful area.
Beautiful. Ko'olina area is very beautiful. Should we talk about Ko'olina right now?
Why not? Hey, it's our podcast.
We can do whatever we want.
So
it's in the Ko'olina area, and I really apologize for my pronunciations.
I believe in our episode we had said Ko'olina means a place of joy, and it sure was.
So there's about 5 resorts that are in this area. There's the Four Seasons, which is directly next to Aulani, kind of shares the beach with Aulani. There's a Marriott resort.
Yeah.
And there's like 2 other ones. There's a very nice 1.5-mile pathway that walks past all the, what did we say they were? They were lagoons?
Lagoons.
Yeah, lagoons. So Aulani has a man-made lagoon.
Yeah, self-constructed
lagoon. It's technically a lagoon, but then they would have put the rocks in, right? Yeah. So it's still technically a lagoon.
Mm-hmm. One thing I commented to Clayton about this beach in particular, Really great if you have young kids with you and you're worried about taking them to Hawaii and waves, the dangers of being in the ocean.
Yeah.
This is perfect for, for anybody. We loved the resort, spoiler, but for particularly for families with young kids, the beach is really nice. You don't have to worry about any waves coming in. It's just
Yeah.
still waters because they do have rocks way out there breaking all of the waves. So that isn't a concern as far as safety is concerned.
Yeah. So you might really nice mile and a half walkway. So if you're looking for something to do the
Very
walk.
beautiful. I
Um,
recommend doing that, especially as the sun is starting to go
yeah,
down.
yeah, because sun settles. Maui pulled the sun, so the days are longer. The days do feel longer in Hawaii.
Ah,
Uh,
take me back.
I completely lost.
But
Yeah,
we were talking about the
yeah.
Ko'olina area.
There's a golf course across the street.
I said to Clayton, "Hey, if we come back here, maybe you could golf." Just saying.
And I said,
Wink,
I don't.
wink, nudge,
And I said,
nudge.
I don't like to golf with randoms. So if I could get my own tee time, sure.
You could make a new best buddy.
I don't like. It's too much pressure for me to golf with randoms.
Oh boy.
It's all really. Oh boy, have you seen me with?
They can become your Ohana.
Have you seen me interact with random people that I don't know? Now imagine put the pressure of swinging a golf club at a tiny golf ball, and how many different ways from Sunday that ball can go off that golf club. That is the worst thing to do, to golf with random people. Because
bonding
then you're like
experience.
trying to explain. You're like, normally I'm not that bad. It's just the pressure of you watching me, and I don't know who you are or what's your story. I have a hard enough time golfing with my friends that know me, and I watch them, and they watch me.
Hey,
I'm not going to do it with some random person who's going to judge me.
you're on island time. No one's gonna judge. Everyone's relaxed.
Well, the 80-year-old who's been playing golf for his entire life is sure going to judge
Can you
me.
move it along, buddy?
Yeah. So, okay. Pulled up to the front desk. We were a bit early, so check-in time's about 3. We obviously got there about 11, I think.
However, similar to other Disney resorts, whether you're at Walt Disney World or Disneyland, Aulani has their own app, and either through their website or on the actual app, you can do early check-in ahead of time and let them know your anticipated arrival time. This is what we did, and our room actually ended up being ready earlier than that 3 o'clock typical check-in time.
Yeah.
However, we knew Aulani was going to be extra magical because the second we stepped out of our car, we found our first hidden Mickey. That is right.
Oh my. Yeah.
It's exciting.
I said, I don't think that's naturally occurring, hidden Mickey. And then she pointed to the other water jug, and I said, she's like, well, it's still technically not a naturally. Well,
They had
wait.
a Mickey and a mini one.
Okay, whatever. Yeah,
They
we
were
found
shaped.
a,
They
you
had
found a
little
hidden
orange
Mickey.
slices.
Okay.
Rounds, orange rounds, and they made Mickey and
Okay.
Minnie.
Cool.
What are you? Such a Grinch.
Ouch.
You're starting the holiday season
It's not
early
Christmas
here.
time yet, buddy.
You're starting it early.
All right. We walked into the lobby, obviously. You had to go in the lobby
And
next.
what was it like entering for the first time?
Well, let me tell you what. Since I had a
Clayton,
fantastic...
were you rushing or were you dragging?
Since I had a fantastic co-host who made me learn all about the details, you know what? I was totally prepared to walk into the lobby and recognize all what was going on. Would have I had the same appreciation had I not known about all those details? Probably.
No. You were doing so well. Clayton,
What? It's the truth-ish.
I was waiting for you to say mahalo again.
I'm lying, of course. I appreciate it immensely. So I would have to say to my co-host, mahalo. But in reality, I probably could have survived.
Clayton.
All right. We walked to the lobby. Obviously, we were
Oh,
drawn. So
beautiful.
it's very beautiful. You walk in the lobby. They have right in front of you, there's a big sliding glass door that's usually open during the day, at least while we were there. I'm sure if it's storming, maybe they close it, but
Maybe.
it was open, so you can walk right through and look at the Why do I do myself?
Why hello hey?
Waihelohe Valley, which means mischievous waters,
Or playful waters.
Playful waters,
Yes.
which
either
is
one.
the fancy interior pool area
Mhm.
of the Aulani Resort.
I have to say,
Mm.
there are some Disney resorts that have this effect. This certainly falls into one of them. That lobby, as soon as you walk in, it took my breath away. It is beautifully constructed. Joe Rohde, I should have kept a running tally of how many times I said Joe Rohde's name during our trip. Well done. Well done. He's a Disney legend for a reason. It took way too long for him to become one, in my opinion. He's a genius. Genius.
So we're not going to talk about this too much here because one of the big things about his approach with the resort was to be authentic and have that intention. We're going to keep all the details and discussions around the details to that episode because it is very much something that we discussed a lot. It was top of mind for us.
The majority of our trip.
For us, because that was something that we were really trying to grasp if it was just a marking note or was a real, inspired, genuine, and then even did some research about how people react to it. We're going to have a separate discussion about that. So we'll go into details about all these details again in that episode. But it was Emily immediately whipped her phone out, snapping pictures.
I took a moment. You were running through the lot. I was standing by myself in the lobby, just looking up
island time
at everything. My jaw dropped, mouth wide open. I was just taking it all in. I had told you this, and I mentioned this, I think, on the last episode when we were getting ready to leave for our trip. I've been waiting for this moment for so long. I never thought it would happen. And it feels like a dream walking in and then going outside those doors to overlook the entire resort. It is picture perfect there.
Yeah, guess who?
Words do not fully describe it. It didn't even feel real. It's too beautiful.
Guess who got a bunch of husband brownie points?
This guy.
I would be on the balcony reading my book, and Emily would go, "Hey, Clayton." I would look up and I'd be like, "Yes," and she'd be like, "Thanks for taking me." I'm like, I know. It's okay. We had this conversation yesterday. She's like, "But I just want to repeat it." I'm like, "It's okay."
I legitimately thought I would never get to go.
We're here.
It was a dream come true.
And then I'm like, I'm reading my book, so
So get away.
I'm on vacation. Though it's a little out of order, but this is a good place to tell it.
If this episode isn't scattered,
this is a good place to tell this story.
Have you listened to other of our episodes? Because this is on trend.
Emily had a checklist of things to do and experience and try, which probably like her.
Of course.
And I had a checklist as well. Her checklist included an old fashioned at the Olelo room.
Mickey shave
Why did
ice.
I say that twice?
Olelo.
She wanted to try
that's what I thought of.
She wanted to try that. What are the donuts called again?
Clayton, I asked you a question.
What?
Olelo.
What's that from?
That's a song.
From? What?
Wait, what song is that?
This is great content. Great content.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Is it
hot?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. Where was I?
But they're saying ole in the song, not olelo.
All right. But Emily had a whole list of things to do, and I did as well. My checklist was surprisingly very short. My checklist was literally get on the airplane and go on vacation, which we achieved the minute the airplane doors shut. We were having this conversation walking down a hallway while we're walking by the dreaded DVC area lounge where the DVC salespeople kept trying to get us, which we're not DVC people yet. Let's just say.
Wow, that's a bold move to.
I'm just saying if we have people that are DVC members, which I know we have DVC member listeners.
Yes.
Congratulations. I was very curious.
I'm very proud of anyone who is able to be a GVC member.
I was very curious. I had no idea how it worked. I asked the question. I started a conversation with it. This is branching into a different story.
This is also way out of order, Clayton. I think I have a note on this somewhere.
Okay, well, we'll get to that eventually. But I literally said, I had 1 check marks and we already completed the minute we got here. And the DVC member who happened to be walking by and overheard our conversation, she laughed. And she said, "That's the right way to do it, sir." And I was like, "See, Emily? See?
I never said you were wrong.
So
There's just certain things I also wanted to do while we were there."
I read a book. I read 1.8 books. So basically, I almost read 2 full books on this
Glorious.
trip. It was fantastic.
So relaxing.
And these aren't like not short books. They were honkers. I spent every minute that I could reading.
Those are some thick bad boys.
I went to go get an iced coffee. I ran across the street to the Starbucks because the iced coffee at Aulani was a little bit expensive.
We'll talk more about things you can find across the street in a little bit.
So back to our details. Hidden menu Hune.
So we got there.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You were doing the details. My bad. I thought you were gonna save that until a different episode. So I don't know.
Oh, okay. We're saving the details. So we saw all the details that we talked about. We looked at everything that we talked about in that episode, at last episode. We found it all. We did have a bit of an issue trying to find the Pico stone, but we'll talk about that later, I think.
Yes.
So where do we want to pick up the Ulu Cafe?
Yeah. So once we got there, as Clayton mentioned, our room wasn't ready. This was our opportunity to just walk around, explore. I would recommend for others, come prepared if you have like a Loungefly backpack, whatever you want to carry around with you, because you can leave your bags at the front desk with concierge services.
Yeah.
They will hold it for you until your room is ready. I would recommend bringing sunscreen. They have a room you can go to change.
Yeah, if you want to bring your swimsuit.
So if you want to get to the pool right
yeah.
away, go to the beach, you have that opportunity. We did not do so. We weren't quite as prepared, but I would say do that if you want to get to everything first. We were fine. Just I had to explore
the resort and get all the details, Emily.
It's funny because it's most Disney locations. I know where everything is because we've been there so many times. I don't need a map.
Yeah.
Going to a new place, I've seen the Aulani maps. I had a general idea of how to get around. But once you're there, like you figure out different paths to take. So it's very funny in a new Disney location. It's like, Clayton, we're trying to figure out where the Ulu Cafe was. I'm like, I'm new to this too. We're figuring this all out together.
Yeah, we're figuring it out together. We went to the Ulu Cafe. We got some chicken fingers.
Delicious.
But we also got you can get if you've been to a Walt Disney World resort, you'll probably know of the resort mugs.
The refillable mugs.
Refillable resort mugs. They have the same option. They do have a more premium stainless steel option, which you can get a stainless steel.
For a bit, they're a bit more expensive.
A bit more expensive, but if you're looking for that, a lot of people are rocking those stainless steel mugs.
They were quite popular.
We got those. So basically, you can refill those at the Ulu Cafe or the what's the other cafe across the way? The one that does the breakfast.
Off the
Hook. You can fill those up. Coffee,
I highly
soda,
recommend
beverage.
Do it as soon as you get there.
Yeah, it's a good value. So you don't.
I wanted to opt for stainless steel, just as you would probably know if you've used them before, it'll keep your drinks either hot longer or cold longer as well. But they do have the cheaper version, which are like the plastic ones you were more familiar with in the Disney parks. But it's nice to have an upgraded version because I love mine. I've already used it at home.
Yeah, I have not because I can't pry that thing out of your fingers.
My dad wants it too. He's been eyeing it.
Yeah, shocker. We explored the resort for a little bit. We saw some characters. So we saw Moana. We saw Donald in some kind of Hawaiian something.
Get up.
Stitch, Pluto. Our room was ultimately ready around 2:00, so we didn't have to wait too long by the time we got there. Maybe 2 hours or so, kind of exploring. It wasn't that bad. Went to our room. Emily, of course, started to whip out the phone, take pictures of the resort, and I immediately
document it all. It's a dream come true.
Immediately sat on the bed and pulled my book out. And Emily's like, "You're not looking at the details of the room."
Look at this thing right over here, Clayton.
And I said, "I'm on vacation. I'm relaxing. I can do whatever I want, and this is what I want to do.
Do whatever I want." I'm pretty sure these was Emily. I'm relaxing. I'm on vacation. Calm down.
Like literally calm down. Of course, Emily was like, already we've been on Hawaiian soil for probably about 3 hours. We've been in the room.
Barely really experienced anything yet.
Emily's like, she's the whole time she's like, well, this might be my only opportunity here.
I want to take it. I want to soak every moment in, enjoy it all. And I think that's a good way to treat most things as if it's your only opportunity. Like try and make the most of every moment.
And I said, well, I'm not promising anything, but we can always come back. And Emily's like,
we're only a couple hours. And you said, if you really enjoy it that much, we can always figure out a way to come back. And obviously my reaction was, what? Are you serious?
And I'm like, now stop bothering me. I'm reading my book.
Go back to reading my book. I'm on vacation. I'm here to relax.
I'm like that husband who's like, she keeps coming at me and I'm like, whatever, dear. And I pull the paper back
whatever
out.
You say.
I'm looking back at the newspaper. But in this case, it's my Kindle.
And if we had kids, it'd be the situation of Listen to your mother.
Yeah, listen to your mother. Exactly.
Whatever your mother says.
I'm busy trying to understand what's going on in the Mistborn. So you do whatever you want, dear. I'm reading this. Okay.
Next up, got checked into our room. I got all my photos, especially of that cute Mickey playing a ukulele lamp in our room. Love it.
Love it.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I've just had a moment.
So after we got all of the details in, of course, and enjoyed, we decided it was time to go eat something a little more substantial.
Yeah, so we walked across the street, actually. Across the street is there's two small or maybe one small shopping center. There's a couple like boutique outlets. There's an ABC store, which is
big thing in Hawaii.
You know, kind of like a mix between a smaller convenience store, not so much a grocery store, but smaller convenience store. And
this one also had a deli attached to it.
This one did have a deli attached to it. Ice cream store, Starbucks, I guess, which used to be some other kind of coffee shop, but I guess Starbucks took it over. Like a Mexican food restaurant and a couple other like smaller eateries.
Some boutique shops as well.
Yeah, so we went across the street. We got some stuff from the ABC store, like small room snacks.
And it's also very easy to get there. It's about a 5-minute walk.
Yeah,
maybe.
you walk down the street, cross the crosswalk. It's right there. It's probably less than 5 minutes,
very
honestly.
Easy to find.
But we went there to specifically Emily being the
planner.
Yeah, planner. She's like, let's go to Monkey Pod. I'm like, what is that? She's like, it's an eatery across the street. They have a cool Mai Tai. I'm like, well, what's so cool about it? Well, they do passion fruit for foam on top. It's like, I'm like, what? Lilikoi foam on top. I'm like, what is that? And she's like, well, you just have to find out. You'll have to go visit to try.
Taste for yourself, sir.
So we had a Mai Tai with some Lilikoi foam on it.
Pro tip, they do happy hour, which is really more like an hour and a half long, I believe from 3:30 to 5 p.m. I would have to check to see what days of the week, but we made sure to take advantage because cocktails are, you get a couple dollars off to do that.
And you get a couple dollars off a pizza. So we split a pizza.
Mm-hmm.
We got a Kahlua pork and pineapple pizza. And you'll be like, pineapple on pizza?
What?
Well, we're
That's
in Hawaii,
crazy.
buddy. So we can do whatever we want.
And the pesto on top was made from macadamia nuts.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah. What do you got to say about that?
Yeah. They do it right in Hawaii.
So we had dinner. We walked back across the street. So it's a 2-hour difference at the moment, right? Between.
Oh, we got ice cream afterwards.
Oh yeah, we got ice cream at the Black Sheep ice creamery, and it was very interesting because we ordered a scoop of cookies and cream, and it came out looking like charcoal, like very charcoaly colored.
Pure black.
We're like, huh? And I think it's just because
interesting.
It's very, very cookies and creamy. They really mixed it up.
Cookies and creamy.
Very specific cookies and cream.
It was good.
It was good. And then we went up to our room and relaxed. We were been up for an extended period of time at this point, since I'd been up since like 3 a.m. Pacific time, and now we're on island time. So I was starting to drag. We looked at the sunset. We watched the sunset.
Well,
we walked around.
I had to basically force you to not go to sleep. You kept rolling over and be like,
so tired.
Let me rest my eyes just
Oh,
for because what that's going to turn into, I've made that mistake where it's that late in the day, you take a nap and then it's going to ruin the rest of the day for you.
Well, it didn't matter because I fell asleep at like 8:30 and then I woke up at 4 a.m.
Clayton was not exactly adjusted to island time.
My body did not adjust to island time the entire time we were there. I was like asleep by 8-ish, 8:30-ish, and up by 4 o'clock every single morning. Fun.
Anywho, after I punched you awake, it said no naps for you.
Yeah, so we just kind of relaxed. We watched the sunset. Ultimately, we
walked on the beach.
We did. This is when we did find out about Diamond Head. So we were going to do Diamond Head in the morning on the next morning. If you're not a islander, if you don't live locally, you have to get a reservation, which is very nice, I think, actually, to preserve, for locals.
Not overcrowd
the area. So just FYI, if you're going to do Diamond Head, you do need to get a reservation. By the time we looked at it for reservations, they were all later in the day or even just later in the morning, which wasn't going to work with other things we had planned. So we were going to do Diamond Head, but that changed, so we did not do that.
So we'll just put that on the list of if we ever do go back, that's something we could leave for next time.
Yeah. So we decided, so we went to sleep, right? That's a weird way to
Wait,
put that.
going to day
Yeah.
2?
End of
Yes.
day 1, beginning of day 2. So day 2, we woke up.
Waking up in paradise.
Yeah,
The
wake up.
best.
Some of us have been up for a while waiting for the
Some of us had been awake longer than others.
waiting for the coffee shop to open up downstairs, which had not done yet.
Was that the day you rope dropped the coffee?
No, that was the next day. I was hoping that they put it out at like, they don't open up until like 6 a.m. I was hoping they put it out like 5:30, and the guy who happened to be walking around, he's like, "You looking for coffee?" It's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, you're a bit early." I was like, "Ugh, I should have just walked across the street," but irrespective. So yeah, we woke up. So this morning we did have plans that were not on the resort. We were going to go to Pearl Harbor, but we woke up. We sat on the slider. I went down to the.
I'm watching the sunrise from the balcony.
Oh yeah,
Beautiful.
premium.
If you want to know, we had a partial ocean view room. So on the left side, we could see a little bit of the ocean. And then towards the right, it was slightly pointed towards the mountains. Also beautiful.
Yes. So
Nothing, I gotta say, that's one of my favorite things about our trip. And previous times when I've been to Hawaii, I love waking up, opening the slider to go on the balcony, and I'll just listen. I won't have my phone with me. I just sit there and I can listen to all the birds chirping, listen to just the wind moving around, blowing through the trees. That's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for that.
Well, I woke up. I went down.
Could have said, "Oh, that's a lovely sentiment."
It's a lovely
Emily.
sentiment. I enjoyed it all as well while I was reading my book, eating my bagel sandwich that I got from the Ulu Cafe.
Ulu.
The Ulu Cafe. The Ulu Cafe opens up at like 6:30 for breakfast. The Off the Hook opens up at 6 a.m. for breakfast. The Off the Hook has more substantial breakfast items, but at the Ulu Cafe you can get like acai bowls and breakfast sandwiches. And if you're looking for like your Mickey waffles or your bigger breakfast platter type stuff,
More variety.
Off
too.
the Hook is off.
Off the Hook is off the
Off
hook
the hook,
for that.
you know. Yeah,
It's off the hook.
we got breakfast from Off the Hook one morning. We got breakfast from the Ulu Cafe. We had a bagel sandwich
And some coffee.
and some
Had that on the
coffee.
balcony.
So I read my book while we were out on the balcony. Did that.
And props to Aulani. Every single thing, napkins, the disposable cups you get for coffee, all of it branded with Aulani's logo. It all looks beautiful. I didn't want to throw it away.
Yeah, and how much of it came back with us?
Like 90%.
I'm going to say
Just only 90%.
I'm going to say something that's slightly blasphemous in this household. What's another man's trash besides something that I can put in my scrapbook?
I've got gadgets and gizmos.
I guess it's not even.
It's all treasure to me.
I
I'm
guess
like
it's not
Ariel.
even blasphemous, but it's just my mother-in-law is listening to this statement. She's like,
Don't
"I'm
throw
sorry,
that away.
what'd you say?"
Don't you throw that away. I
Yeah.
get it from my mom.
Yeah, I'm aware you do.
It makes for perfect scrapbooking material.
Well, when are you going to actually start scrapbooking?
Remember what I told you? The only way I would ever get to go to Aulani requirement, I would have to finish a scrapbook with all the things I collected, the treasures I accumulated during our trip.
When-
I have to finish a scrapbook first.
You better
in order
get on
to
top of
be
that.
allowed to even think about going again.
Better get on top of that because
There it is. It's on the show.
otherwise,
Everyone's heard it.
I'll
They
be
expect me to
going.
make a scrapbook now.
I'll be going to Aulani by myself.
No, you won't.
Maybe I will. Yeah.
No, sir.
Okay. So we did have a little bit of an issue.
Ooh, one thing. So with the refillable mug, this is what Clayton would do. He would go down, bring that big old mug with him, fill it with coffee. We had did you use the cups in our room?
Yes.
Okay, so you do have a coffee maker within your room as well. We would use the disposable cups. He would divvy up the free coffee that we got into both of them and then have that out on the balcony. So don't sleep on the refillable mug. It's a great deal.
There. What she said. What I was about to say is then we got dressed. We did have a bit of an issue with our shower. It was only doing scalding hot water.
I felt like the biggest dummy. I took the shower first the night before and I was monkeying around with it for I don't even know how long. Finally I yelled. I'm like, Clayton, can you come in
So
here? I could not figure out how to make it colder. And thankfully there was no way. It was just
we had to get
weird
maintenance.
issue.
So engineering came up, they fixed it right away. At least it was fixed by the time we got back. So that was nice.
You said when you talked to the front desk, you mentioned they're like, okay, we'll get engineering involved. Don't worry about
They
it.
said, can we go up there right now? I'm like, yeah, we'll be out of the room. We're leaving. We got our car.
So props to Aulani. They were on top of it. Great service.
So we got our car. If you do the rental car with the option to drop it off, you just drop it off at the valet. You just tell them I'm returning this rental car and they will take care of it for you.
No muss, no fuss.
Yeah.
Incredibly easy.
No coconuts.
Except there are coconuts on Oahu.
So we were driving through Honolulu to get to Pearl Harbor. My co-pilot over here
cut me a little slack
was
here.
the navigator.
Cut me some slack. I tried my best.
This is partially on me because I decided not to get a car with CarPlay. Not that I would have known which one would have had CarPlay, but we had a bit of a navigation issue. We got a little lost in the mighty streets of Honolulu trying to find our way to Pearl Harbor. We got there eventually, not without some weird oddities. Like when a bunch of cars were flying up the shoulder past me, and I was like, what is going on? All those people are driving on the shoulder. So one of the traffic abatement items that they have in the morning, depending on the flow of traffic, because we were heading into Honolulu, is they have a lane that's open from X to X hours to basically give another lane for traffic. And that's the shoulder lane, which I did not realize until we were looking that up later, because they were flying by me on the shoulder. I'm like, that's the shoulder. What are you doing? Shoulder lane.
Why are all of you doing this?
So we made our way to Pearl Harbor. One thing we would say for Pearl Harbor, if you're going to do it first thing in the morning.
Get there early.
It's a smaller parking lot. The parking lot fills up very, very quickly.
It will cost you, it's about $7. But there isn't timed parking.
It's a whole day entry.
You just get there, you pay once, and then you don't have to worry about it.
So when you get to Pearl Harbor, we actually, like, the first lot was full. By the time we pulled in the second lot and then figured out parking, that lot literally was already almost 3/4 full. Yes. It gets very full. It's a very big tourist.
It's a huge draw.
Destination, a big draw for people that are in the Honolulu area.
Yes.
So yeah, get there early. We got there.
We got there around 8:30 a.m.
Yeah,
it was perfect. No issues whatsoever parking. It was basically an empty lot.
Now so a little bit of advice. So we had the car only for one day. The drop off for Aulani is at 1 p.m.
That is the latest.
So I would suggest, if you're going to do Pearl Harbor, and if it's very important for you, what I would say is you have to maybe potentially plan to spend there a full day there. Now, there's a couple different reasons why I say this. There are 3 unique museums that are there. There's the Pacific, and there's 4.5 experiences. So I say it that way. So there's 3 museums. There's the U.S. Pacific Submarine Fleet Museum, where they have the USS Bowfin, which is a famous. This is where I really shine as a young adult, where I hyper fixated on World War II as my war of choice as a young lad. So I know a lot. I was teasing Emily about some of this.
It was very cute seeing your reactions to everything on Pearl Harbor Day.
They have the USS Bowfin, which is a famous submarine. It has like 40 confirmed kills. It is nicknamed the Avenger of Pearl Harbor. So they have the U.S. Pacific Fleet Submarine Fleet Museum.
You can experience this. So right when you park, you're at the visitor center for Pearl Harbor. It is right there.
Yes.
You don't have to travel anywhere else to get access. You will have to pay admission.
There is no centralized admission. You basically can pick or choose which experience you're going to do.
Choose your own Pearl Harbor adventure.
They all have their own admission costs. One thing to note about Pearl Harbor is you can't bring in any bags.
You can bring in
like a clear, small bag.
Smallish one.
But if you are traveling there, be aware that you can't really bring any bags in. They have a bag check, but if you don't want to go through all that trouble, don't bring a bag.
So I didn't bother. I just wore pants that I could stick my phone in, whatever I needed, and then we wouldn't have to worry with any of that hassle.
There are 2 other options. There is the Aviation Museum that is on base, which this is in one of the hangars that was around at the time of the attack. It still has holes in windows from that attack. That is its separate own museum. You would have to take bus transportation. So there is a shuttle that is there at the initial entry for Pearl Harbor. It'll take you over to Ford Island, which is where the base is. It is an active military base, so you will see active military stuff going on. They will tell you not to take pictures as you go across the bridge.
It's a big no-no.
If they see you, they'll confiscate it all, so don't do it.
Don't even tempt it.
You'll see cool things like Chinook helicopters and Black Hawk helicopters,
Yep.
and you'll shout that almost at the top of your lungs at your
and
wife.
Clayton will act like a little kid as he sees them.
And she'll be like, okay, dear. And I'll be
Hey,
like,
honey.
it's a Chinook helicopter, Emily. It's a big deal. Every little kid knows what a Chinook helicopter is.
Let's go back to how the shuttle works. So it's very easy to find where they pick you up. It is free to take the shuttle. You don't have to pay anything.
It's over by the submarine museum.
Yes.
You walk towards the submarine. You take a short right. There will be signs that will show you. There's if you're early enough, you probably won't have to wait in line. You'll be able to get right on the bus. Otherwise, they have benches that are there for you to get on and wait.
It's also shaded.
It's also shaded, so it's not like it's like you're out in the sun.
Yes.
So it'll take you 2 stops. The first stop will actually be what we did, which is the USS Missouri. This is an Iowa class battleship, which these were the kings of the Navy, basically up until that point of World War II, where the aircraft carrier became the most important aspect of a fleet. I should note. I should note that we woke up to a text from your dad on this day saying Pearl Harbor Day. This was the only event he was really invested in for us. He could have cared less about anything else we did the rest of the trip.
But he
all
really
of it
wants to do
all
this.
of it was this. He really wants to do this. They have been to Aulani. They were not able to spend as much time as he wanted to at Pearl Harbor. So we're trying to egg him on to go again.
Yeah.
But he really wanted to do the Missouri class, go on the Missouri.
We kept sending him updates and his responses were hilarious. He's very into it.
Yes, he was very into it.
Asking us a million questions.
The USS Missouri is an Iowa class battleship. These were the kings. These were the real deal. These things were massive, massive, massive. And basically up until World War II or right around that time, these were the pinnacle of what was considered Navy power. This was very quickly replaced in World War II and the Pacific Fleet battle by the aircraft carrier. And the aircraft carrier played a much more important role in this. And the battleship kind of took I won't say a backseat because they very much were still important in that conflict for a number of other reasons. But we were on the Missouri and we did not do the Missouri tour. If you're going to do the Missouri tour, so there's a couple things. It's about $40 to get on the ship. So it's about a $40 mission. They have like a free tour that will walk you through. They have a paid tour, but I don't know all. So if this is important to you, do some research. If you want a travel agent to do the research for you,
you can
I'm sure she could do that.
Yes.
Because you did help your parents get all this signed up when they went to some extent.
No.
Okay. Never mind.
You just cut that out.
I'm sure I cut that out. So we kind of just walked around the ship. It's a very famous ship. The surrender of the Missouri, or the surrender of the Japanese forces in World War II, was signed in the Tokyo Bay on this ship. They have one segment of the ship that is all dedicated to that. So it is a very famous ship. This is a ship that would be decommissioned and then recommissioned twice more for Korean War and for the conflict, the first Persian Gulf War, before finally being decommissioned and placed in Pearl Harbor as this museum. We did that for about 2 hours, and Emily's giving me a look like she's just got that. Clay's got that.
I'm just admiring
starry look in
you
his
and
face.
watching you monologue over there.
So then we went to go do something which is very, very, very special, and I'm getting a little teary thinking about it.
Very emotional.
Wait,
so then after on the shuttle, once you're done, you can take as much time as you like. If you want to have admission to board the Missouri and tour it yourself, or do one of the tours, you can do it as your own leisure. Stay on board as long as you like. Once you get off, you reboard the shuttle bus, and then from there they'll make another stop at the Aviation Museum. We did not get off and do this, so this would be something if we do come back to Oahu, we would probably want to go back to Pearl Harbor and experience this. You do not have to get off. You can stay on the shuttle. They'll just take a couple minutes, and then they'll take you back, make the trek from Ford Island back to the Pearl Harbor Visitor Center where you first started.
Yeah.
So
So
then,
we went back to the visitor center because we had the last experience that we were going to go do is we were going to go do the USS Arizona Monument Memorial. This is a timed entry. It's a very so you basically have to pick a time. You have to book this in advance. It is free.
they also will allow standby.
Standby.
However, if this is
I wouldn't
really
risk it
if this is
if it's very
really
important.
important to you, I would not recommend gambling on standby. It seemed very busy the
Yeah.
day we were there, and we visited on a weekday during the off season. I'm
Yeah.
sure this is very typical of the rest of the year and even busier during the summer or if you're there on a weekend. So I would not gamble that if you really want to go out to the Arizona.
Yeah.
How this works, again, if you need help, let me know. I booked our time slot in advance. They do go pretty fast, and there's a certain number of days in advance they become available online. It only costs about, I think for each of us, it was $1, and that's just like to cover the fees
Mm,
to purchase your time slot. So
mm,
it's essentially free.
yeah.
But you will book a time. Everything will be explained to you how it all works. I believe we had to get to an assigned area, which is basically the auditorium
Yeah.
on site.
Mhm.
I think it was about 15 minutes or so before our departure time to get on the water taxi. So they will do a briefing for you. You show up right, do not be late.
Show
Show
up
up
on
at your
time.
time because
Yeah.
they will leave without
Yeah.
you. This is all has to work in
It's
sync. They have to be
very
very efficient. A lot of
efficient.
people, they need to get back and forth. They're not going to just wait for
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah.
So very important. Get there on time. They will tell you, do a briefing about things to be aware of before you board the boat for them to shuttle you over. Very important to listen to everything they say. This is a very serious thing you are about to do. I think they did a very great job about informing people and to prepare everyone because I think with something like Pearl Harbor, it does get categorized as a tourist attraction. However, these are very real historical events with deep meaning, a lot of tragedy associated with it. It's a very serious place. It's not a fun place. That's basically, I think, the easiest way
Yeah,
to
it's
say
it,
it.
it's not a fun place. So there is a little museum that's right next to it. I would recommend you go do that.
Yes.
It has some material from the day, stuff that was collected from some of the ships that were lost. It does have a like a scale model of what the Arizona looks like under the water. And then we did and got on. It's a special detail for those of the for the U.S. Navy. So you're again in an active military base. They have active U.S. Navy individuals who ferry you over to the Missouri or to the memorial. You have about 15 minutes on the memorial to walk through it. You can see several parts of the ship. You can see one of the turrets for the guns. You can see several other aspects. You can see some of the oil. The oil will be leaking out of that ship
Yeah.
for many, many, many hundreds of years still. And then there in the back of the room is the list of all those individuals who lost. We lost during that attack, and what really hit me
Oh,
hard.
you don't have to, you're getting emotional. You don't have to say it.
What really hit me hard was those that came back after they passed. Those who survived, they came back. They are interned there. It's very, um, oh yeah, it's a very special place. It's not something I've always
Yes.
wanted to go.
Mhm.
I'm really glad we did it. I would highly recommend it, but
It's a
it is a
place
very special
of
place.
extreme importance, um, a place of reverence. It's very emotional. It holds emotion in different degrees for people that are visiting while you're there.
Yeah,
While it's not necessarily a fun experience, I think it's something that's important to take time out of your vacation to do. I am so glad we did that and made it a priority, and I would gladly go again.
yeah,
I can't imagine anything more important than be able to take even just a little bit of time to go pay your respects there.
yeah. It's very special.
Very moving.
Very.
Yes. Important thing, I'll get us back on. I'll try and pick us back up
Uh,
as Clayton's dabbing tears from his face. It's very important you have those 15 minutes. Use it wisely because once the next little boat
Once
comes
the next
back,
boat comes back, that's your
you need to
departure
get back
book, yeah.
on and depart because if you don't, it could ruin the next shuttle back over
Yeah.
and you could be taking someone else's spot. They fill these
They fill
again,
these
they
to the
fill
brim.
these to the brim. There isn't any extra room. So listen to all the directions, be respectful, pay attention, and do what you're told.
Basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I would also probably not recommend. I know a lot of families are visiting. I don't know. You may want to think twice about bringing kids out to the Arizona.
Yeah.
I think it's just really hard.
It is really tough. I mean, we
But
don't have
it's
to
up
get
to your
into it,
discretion.
but
I would just say yeah.
okie dokie.
So by that point, we were pretty much done with Pearl Harbor. Again, we need to get the car back to Aulani to be able to return it on time. So we didn't want to risk running that late. As Clayton mentioned earlier on, by the time we got to our car, there were many vehicles circling around the parking lot. We were leaving at around
we were leaving leaving about
noonish.
noon because we had to be back by 1.
Jam packed. People could not find spots. So once we were pulling out and a car noticed us leaving, like, oh, lucky day for that person.
Right away. So it's about 30 minutes back to Aulani. Like we said, it's not that much further than from the airport. Rental car return, you just tell the valet. They will give you like their little valet slip, and then they'll take care of it all for you. Our shower was fixed in our room. We had regular heated water.
Normal temperature water.
We went down to the pool. So important note for the pool: when you go to the pool, you will get the day's wristbands. So you have to go to the wristband check area. They'll check that you're a registered guest at the pool, and they'll give you a wristband. They do this because all the beaches have to be public access, but all the pool related items are resort access only. So they give you a wristband to make sure that you're a paying resort guest. You're a very guest.
That is also where you get your pool towels as well.
Yeah, and they'll give you a new band, new color every day. You'll see a lot of people that just be wearing all those bands around their wrists for all the days.
Hey, you look really cool if you can do that. Stack your bracelets.
Yeah, okay. So we went down to the pool. We ate at Off the Hook. Got a small sandwich to split because this is our luau day, so we'll talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
We did the lazy river. You see a lot of animals in the rock work, very Joe Rohde, tree of life type thing.
Yeah, it's basically tree of life, but in Hawaii. This is very cool.
We got some Mai Tai served to us poolside.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, baby. Then we hit the jacuzzi up.
Which is adults. There is an adults only whirlpool spa, which is Infinity Edge. So it overlooks the ocean and there's like no barrier.
One of the pools was closed while we were there because we were in the off season. So
Kamaka Grotto, I believe it's called.
The grotto was closed for refurbishment. Unfortunately, the week we were there.
That one also looks very cool because it's also Infinity Edge.
Yeah. So,
however, we at least got a little. Yeah. The spa at least filled that void for us in a little sense.
Yeah. So we went back to the room to get ready for the luau. I went to go get an iced coffee.
This is right.
And then I went over
Husband of the Year award goes to the man next to me.
Emily kept going like, you need a Hawaiian shirt. And I'm like, no, I don't need a Hawaiian shirt. I'm good. And then I made up my mind. I got a Hawaiian shirt from the ABC store to surprise Emily with. And I said, I got you a little gift, a little surprise. And she said, what? And I showed her the shirt. She goes, oh,
so nice that you did that, Clayton.
You're really easy.
Well, you're the best.
So we had the luau. So this will be the last thing we talk about today, probably. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. It's a good breaking
we did
point.
The luau. We did the Kawa'a luau. This is the Aulani on property luau.
Yes.
It happens not every night, but it's so when you do go, again, use your travel agent. They'll tell you what days the luau is, and they'll help you book it.
And it is something that does fill up, and you have to book it a certain amount of time in advance. So again, let me know. I take care of all those details, and be sure you don't miss out on the things that are most important to you if you are going to Aulani.
This was 100 and
I don't know the exact price.
It is, yeah.
It is very expensive. However, what I will say, any luau you will go to in Hawaii is going to be very expensive.
Yeah.
What I would keep in mind when looking at the price tag, first off, if you really want to do a luau, it's your only time going to Aulani. I have no reservations whatsoever about recommending this wholeheartedly to anybody staying there. It was phenomenal. We had such a great experience. The entire luau from when you check in to once it's fully done, it's about 3 hours, plus you're getting food, and really good food at that. Usually luau food, you typically don't hear the best reviews about it. It's kinda like, "Eh, it's okay." That's usually the sentiment behind it. The food here was really good.
Yeah, it was great food. I went back for seconds.
Yes, you did. So how does it work? You will be given a time for when you are allowed entry. There's essentially, when booking, there's 2 different types of seating you can get.
Yeah.
There is the preferred, which is more expensive, and then there is general seating.
Yeah, preferred, I would assuming is gonna be that first row of tables.
You will get the
next to
very
stage.
front.
Yeah. For general seating, if you're in preferred, you actually enter the luau area from inside the resort.
And you get access. There are some pre-luau activities. You can get some pre-luau drinks. You will get entry first to enjoy all of this. They also do a welcome photo to everyone, whether it's preferred or just general seating. I believe they give you that photo for free with the luau performers.
Mm, okay.
But those are basically
Yeah.
the biggest differences.
Okay. Yeah, because I think if you're in general, you have to pay for it. It's about, I think it's almost cost what the difference is if but from booking potentially from both of them. But
Yeah.
we did general, so you enter the back of the luau area. So you walk around the female tower. I don't remember what the name of it specifically is.
I
but
don't know what the tower's name is,
Yeah,
but it
it's the female
represents
tower.
Hina, who
Hina.
is the mother of Maui.
Maui, who is the goddess of the moon.
Hey, look at you go.
Oh, actually, that's the second picture of Hina we saw because she's also on that one tower that's next to Pearl Harbor.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we did general. So when you get in, you'll get your
Kukui nut
Kukui
necklace.
nut necklace.
They give this to everybody.
If you're a young one, they'll give you a Maui fish hook.
Very cute.
So you get this, then you get your welcome photo with some of the luau dancers.
Mhm.
You'll get your welcome. So it's kind of they'll check you off. They'll give you a card. The card will have your name and your party size. You'll get your necklace. You'll get your picture. You go to another table. You'll get checked in again.
They'll hand you a welcome drink.
They'll hand you a welcome drink. They'll give you their server. The server will show you where your table is.
Mhm.
Once you figure out where your table is, you're free to explore all the other pre-luau activities
Yes.
to go, and because you'll know where you'll be sitting, you'll know what it is.
You have your spot saved
Yeah.
at that point.
All
So
your-
don't veer off. Don't do the activities first. Make sure you get your table. Just continue following the line. Stay in the straight and narrow, and then get seated first, and then go enjoy everything. You will have plenty of time before the luau starts.
All your drinks are included.
All of your drinks are included. You can enjoy as much as you like. This does not just mean soft drinks. This also means alcoholic beverages.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you go do the pre-luau activities. We got a Mai Tai, and then we did we did not do the taro pounding. We did get a temporary tattoo though.
We did. That was very exciting.
I think Emily looks quite good with a temporary tattoo. Write in if you think
Ooh.
Emily should get a temporary tattoo.
Should I get a Disney sleeve?
Yeah, Emily should
That'd
get
be
a
cool.
Disney sleeve.
One of our listeners, Steph.
Yeah.
Shout out. She has a Disney sleeve.
You look good with a tattoo. Okay. There's also like flower something, flower
It seemed
wristband.
like they let kids make them. If you want, you probably request it, but they kind of pre-make them
Yeah.
and then they'll tie it around your wrist. So
You can-
like typical of the
Yeah.
flower lay, they'll give you a nice little flower bracelet.
And the
Very cute.
ukulele
Ukulele
Training.
lesson.
lesson. We sat down while this is going on. They had like a 4-piece band playing music with one of the luau performers. One of the narrators of the luau kept coming out and doing little things while we're waiting for dinner. They'll release basically table by table kind of to go to the buffet. We were like third row of tables. So once we got our food though, we sat down and the luau show pretty much started once everyone had their food.
What were some of the highlights of the food there? Or let's maybe cover what you can expect. There was a lot of variety.
There's a lot of food. There's like a salad
Had
bar,
taro croutons
and guava.
Yeah, guava croutons. Those were good.
And then there was they had a nice poppy seed dressing with that. Kahlua Park,
Hawaiian rolls.
of course.
Kahlua Park was
pork.
my favorite out of everything. It's delicious.
They had a fish of the day.
Mm-hmm.
They had some teriyaki chicken.
Yeah.
They had the really good macadamia nut brownie was really good. That was really, really good. They had a guava cake and a passion fruit cake, I want to say.
Yes. The potatoes were also really good.
Macaroni salad.
Yeah.
And I threw Emily for
But
a
they were
loop.
purple potatoes, so they're beautiful.
Oh yeah, I threw Emily for a loop with the macaroni salad,
Yeah, you had me questioning everything about you.
and she has not let it go. She keeps bringing it up. The other day, I walked up downstairs, and she's like, "Well, what are your?" To tell the story, I guess appropriately.
Kind of need to give the full scope
I'm
on this.
I'm not a huge mayo fan, and this includes aioli because aioli is just fancy mayonnaise. And a lot of the way I view it is it's just extra stuff that I don't need. And if I'm going to have something on my sandwich, I much rather and prefer some avocado. I do not like mayonnaise on my sandwiches.
That is just your preference, yes.
As my preference, I'd much rather have avocado.
Or
Now,
like mustard.
or good, not yellow mustard, like a
I
good,
love yellow mustard.
good spicy mustard,
Hand me any mustard.
like a brown
anytime.
pebble mustard, like that one mustard we got. I like that one.
You know what? I really want us to buy pickles.
Oh,
That one
yes.
pickle spear, we got it off the hook. I made me
Okay,
realize why I
focus,
miss pickles so much.
focus,
Pickles
Emily.
and mustard, yum.
Focus. I'm telling the story. Mayonnaise, though. So I'm like not a huge mayonnaise fan. And Emily, it's like, ugh, whatever. I'm just not a mayonnaise fan. But I really, really like macaroni salad and potato salad, but macaroni salad mostly.
See,
My mom makes a really mean macaroni salad, and I had to be careful when she makes that because it's not good for you. Let me just say,
it's not a nice potato salad.
Mean mac
Macaroni salad, not nice.
Mean macaroni salad. So Emily's like, wait, she got macaroni salad. I was like, yeah,
Wait
of
a
course.
minute. But
She's
I
like,
thought you didn't like
mayo.
mayo.
I don't like mayo mostly from like, it's not like.
Well, that's like the prominent flavor. That's why I'm asking. There's no getting around. It's smothered in mayo.
I mean, when you know what mayo is, like, yeah, it's not really that bad. It's just aerated oil and egg yolks. But it's just like one of those things where I look at it, I'm like.
But you can understand my confusion. You threw me for a loop. I was like, wait.
Well, you wouldn't.
So did you enjoy that mac salad?
This is
I thought this whole time you bamboozled me.
And this threw her for such a loop that I walked down the stairs the other day, literally a week after this. And she goes, one of the first things out of her mouth to me was, "What are your thoughts on coleslaw?" I was like, "What?"
I need your opinion on coleslaw.
Where are you wanting your opinion on coleslaw?
Is that allowable?
I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, it's got mayo in it. I'm like, well, I don't really like coleslaw. She's like, well, what's wrong with you? I'm like, well, I like a vinegary coleslaw, like a nice vinegary coleslaw.
I'm just trying to understand my husband. I need to know the inner workings and complexities of what's allowable.
My mom is listening
not.
to this, and she's like, yep, that sounds about right. Because I like a mean Permanis Brothers sandwich, and a Permanis Brothers sandwich has coleslaw on it. But it is a vinegary coleslaw. It's very vinegary, no mayo, just like I want to say a blank clear coleslaw.
See, this is
it's a very good coleslaw.
I need to know these things about you.
Is it important? Because
it's very important. Now, I don't sound so crazy when I say I don't like raisins, but when raisins are in oatmeal cookies, then it's allowable. I don't mind them. Anywhere else, get them out of here.
Losing some of my foothold.
What do you think you're doing throwing raisins at me? No.
Okay, let's talk about the luau.
You know what's always nuts to me, speaking of raisins? Some people would hand those little boxes of raisins out when you trick or treat. I'm like, are you a psychopath? What do you think I'm supposed to do with these? I'm not going to eat just a box of raisins.
I'm here for the candy, man.
I want candy. I'm not going to eat these gross things.
Let's talk about...
Now we're talking like dried cranberries. Delicious. Raisins? No.
Okay.
Get out of here. I'm glad everyone knows this. Knows what's allowable for raisins for me and what's allowable with mayo for you.
Yeah.
Important distinction.
I'm glad we spent a whole 10 minutes on that.
Luau.
So we got our food.
Here's an important distinction too. You will have a time you can line up and it'll tell you that is when they let you in. You can line up ahead of time though, and that will guarantee you a closer place to sit to the stage. So that's just a pro tip.
We did, and then we had the luau show. Luau show was really great.
Oh yeah, this was actually, fun fact, Clayton's first ever luau.
Yeah, and I think maybe. Should we talk about should that be part of our Aulani experience? One?
Yeah, we can just give our general thoughts on this right now.
The entertainment was really good. I thought it was pretty good value for what you got for 3 hours. So, and if you're, it's kind of one of those things you had to do. So I thought it was a good value for what we got out of it. And I really enjoyed the entertainment and I appreciated the story behind the luau.
Also, with us not having the primo seats, we still had a great view. It's quite an intimate setting. It's not overcrowded by any means. They also do a really great way of staging the performers. So even though there's the main stage where majority of the action is happening, they have some other mini setups further back. So if you are in a further away table and general seating, you still can, for the most part, see everything really well. I wouldn't say there's really a bad seat in the house. It's not house, outside on the
Yeah.
lawn. There's not a bad seat on the lawn, Clayton.
There's not a bad seat on the lawn.
This is another fun fact. Shameless plug here, but there are rooms that do overlook the lawn where the luau happens. So let's just say it's a bit out of the budget for you and you're okay passing up being down there in the action, but you maybe want a taste of it. I could try and help hook you up so you might have a room that faces this area. Just saying, if it's not doable for you to add this activity onto your vacation, that is always an option as well.
Okay, dokie.
But really great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Would you say this is still one of your favorite things that we did during our trip?
Yeah.
I know I asked you earlier and you felt like this was one of your favorite things.
Yeah, it was definitely worth it.
Yeah, fantastic. I was thoroughly impressed with every minute of it. They did a great job. The way they organized everyone moving, even though it isn't intimate, they're still dealing with quite a bit of people, shuffling people around for the activities, getting the food, but it was great. I loved it.
And that is the end of our second day at Aulani.
Yes.
We are going to leave you there because we've already managed to talk for an hour about it. Shocking.
That's weird.
So we will be back next week with day 3 and day 4.
Mm-hmm.
We some highlights. We did the spa.
Ooh.
We did a couple tours.
Yeah, we did.
We got some malasadas. So we'll be talking about all of that.
A lot more fun to be had.
A lot more fun to be had, and then we'll do all the other Aulani stuff.
We just got a lot. We have a lot more Aulani content.
It's very
to come.
interesting conversation. So we figured we would have that conversation with each other in your ears.
Hey, you don't get to go to Aulani every day, so this is something that deserves time and effort and conversation.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do it.
Hey.
So
yeah, we'll be back next week with that. Again, Patreon giveaway stuff or gifts.
We'll have all the links where you can find that to our Patreon site in the description.
And look, it's not really. What is it?
Oh,
What's
not
that trick?
this trick. It's like the little kid trick that you do with the pen. Whoa, it's wiggling.
Oh, it's the pen is wiggling.
He's a magician.
Okay.
Yes, you can find a link to our Patreon in the show description. Otherwise, patreon.com/makeitmagicalpod. Join us over on Instagram if you ever want to see whatever we're up to in between episodes. That is where we are most active. Follow us at Make It Magical Pod. If you're looking to plan your next Disney vacation and need some help, if it's not Aulani, it's one of the Disney parks across the world or Disney Cruise Line, perhaps. Now's a great time to start thinking about it. I know a lot of the holiday things are happening in the parks starting now. So if you think you might want to join the parks for the holidays, it's never too early to think about 2026, and maybe that could be something for you.
It's never too early.
Or if you don't want to do presents, invest in a Disney vacation for your family. I feel like that's one of the best ways you can make your money go a long way is by putting it into memories.
Oh.
So reach out. For now, you can email me at makeamagicalpod@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Or I have a special Instagram account that I'm just starting up where I'll specifically post things regarding Disney travel, tips, tricks, my experiences, all of that fun stuff over on Instagram at makeitmagical_travel. Again, we'll have all this information in the description. Am I missing anything?
No.
Okay. Well, I think that's it. Join us next week where we will continue this really fun trip recap, the trip of dreams, I like to call it. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's exactly
and
what
it was. It really was, Clayton.
Would that be when we're on a cruise ship, though?
I mean, if we go on the dream, I guess that would really be the trip of dreams.
Let's stop dawdling. Thanks again. We'll be back next week. So I think with that, Emily,
remember to be kind to each other and
let's make it magical.
Aloha.
Aloha.